morning. I'm Sue from Nuts on Tour. I'm solo today. Hubby's inside tidying his desk. Well, that could take a while. So what I'm doing today is I was going to go through Genesis just to show you how we pack the cupboards, how we've made her our own, the little things that we've added, or the stuff, things we've put up to make her ours more homely. But firstly, I just wanted to bring you up to speed on my treatment. I am actually through all the chemo. I finished that about 5 weeks ago now. The last one did take a long time to get over. That's why we haven't been away. I was fatigued and breathless, and I still am a little breathless now and again. Depends how much exertion I put out there. But yes, so that took a long time to get over that one. But we're heading in the right direction. My surgery is on the 29th of December, so it's going to be a very quiet new year. I believe for 2 weeks I'm not actually allowed to drive. That should be fun. And I've got to wear some sort of corset for 2 weeks, so, oh dear, what fun. I'm going to look like Iron Maiden or something. But, so that's for end of December. Then I get something like 6 to 8 weeks reprieve, where I am, where the scars are healing, or scar, because we're going for a lumpectomy rather than a reduction, due to the fact that it's one scar that she can actually get to everything that she needs to get to. I've got to have at least sort of 3 to 4 lymph nodes removed, plus the area in the breast. So all good fun. Never been in hospital for anything. This is the first time in my life. So of course, when I go near the place, the blood pressure goes off the scale. I did warn her, so we'll see. But it's only day surgery, in and out on the day, so I can live with that, hopefully. March time, possibly, depending what they actually remove and what they actually do find that's left. In March, there's a possibility of radiotherapy, but of course, that all depends on pathology after the surgery. The actual chemotherapy reduced the area in the breast by 25% thereabouts, which was absolutely brilliant, albeit chemo does suck. And the lymph node there was only one lymph node that was actually infected, is actually no longer infected. So that sort of worked in my favour, as only having to take 2 or 3 out rather than 23, which apparently can now, that leads to bigger problems under the armpit in the future. So hopefully we're getting away a bit lighter with that. But like I say, New Year will be quiet. We shall enjoy Christmas, and but I don't think we'll be getting away anytime soon in Genesis, which is a shame, because I have missed it. We've sort of managed to get away every sort of 3 or 4 weeks during treatment, but since treatment, and like I say, it took so long to get over the last treatment, I'm only now starting to actually sort of get back on track. I can taste stuff, I'm not as breathless, and I've got a little bit more energy. So just thought I'd bring you up to speed on that, and like I say, we'll let you know after Christmas how things are progressing. Okay, we'll catch you in a while. Okay, like I say, I was just going to introduce you to the things that we've done to Genesis since we've had her. And of course, the first one is, you see this as you're driving along. The big hand to wave to other motorhomers. We wave to all motorhomers. They don't all wave back. Some of them are a little bit I don't know if they just don't see you, or they just don't feel like they need to wave. But I have noticed that actually motorhomers wave better than caravanners, because we used to wave to caravans when we were travelling as well, but of course they don't wave back. We're too snooty for that. So on our dash, we normally have a dash cam at the front there. There's the cable for it, which is there. But unfortunately, the dash cam, I think, is indoors. The lizard that we've got on the front of the dash, friends of ours brought it back from Ibiza. So rather than shove it on a wall, and it's a wooden one, we thought, no, we'll pop it in the truck. She can, or it, he, whatever, can travel with us where we're going out and about. On the other side, that's the back side of a Mountie that hubby brought back from Canada many years ago, and he has travelled in the caravans, but he has let me see if I can get, I don't think I can get the shot at the front. There he is. But he's a bit faded now because he spent a lot of time in caravans in open spaces. My cap, which I do wear, and a little, you know, the plastic plant. And of course, then we've got all hubby's stuff for all the things that he has to plug in, and all up here. And he's got his lock on. And he likes to call this his sweetie jar, but I don't think it is anymore, to be perfectly honest. I think it's now a clutter cupboard full of bits of electronic. It used to be sweetie jar. I mean, I think the sweeties are still in there somewhere. No, maybe not. He liked that as his sweetie cupboard for travelling. He did. And because of our particular vehicle, we haven't got a drop down bed in ours, which is really good because there's only two of us. We don't need a spare bed, so we've got extra cupboards in the front, which is brilliant. I'm a bit of a stickler for the cupboards, you know, keeping them tidy and what's where and everything. This is the doggy cupboard. That's the leads and the poo bags and the doggy treats. Ooh, got some ears up there, might take them in for them. Their doggy treats, their first aid kit, their water bottle, and our nighttime to go out and walk them in the night beanies. So we've got one each to keep, so we can keep an eye on them, so we can see them. Not that we let them off leads, because we don't believe in letting them off leads on sites. I expect the contents of this one to fall out and greet me. No, there's a few DVDs, bits for the telly, DVDs and a few bits for the telly, the sound bar and handsets, etc. I'm not going to open that one because that is the husband's cupboard and I don't touch it. It's more than my life's worth. And then we got this one. We got the Tyre Pal and the Falcon boxes. There's all odds and ends in there. Some of his cloths for cleaning. That's the 240 volt for the power pack and binoculars. And this is what gets me, empty boxes. But okay, I'll live with it for now. This one is bags, and it's actually in those containers at the bottom. We've got batteries and hooks. There's actually paper in there and envelopes, so should we be on a site where we need to leave the money if we haven't paid before we get there, because there is some sites where, you know, the humans who own it are never about. This one is manuals up there, and my trip log, books for birds, leaves, mushrooms, a bag. Generally sort of not full cupboards, but hopefully tidy. This is the dining area and lounge, really. We normally have the seats facing the other way. My seat has this habit of sinking, so as you can see, hubby's seat is nice and high, mine's grounded, but there you go. We don't have curtains in here. The typical German vehicles come with nets of description, but there are blinds behind. I've gone for the colour scheme of brown, because basically with the dogs, I have got grey as well, but the brown doesn't tend to show them up quite as quick as the grey. With yellow accents as it looks. You know, we've got the mustard coloured cushions, and we have our own placemats. Welcome to Nuts on Tour Genesis, one each, because I tend to sit that end and hubby sits this end. This shuffles about all over the place depending where you want it. I have just ordered some, they're like pouches that you can put on the side of the bed, but I want one to go here to put things like, when we're sat in here and we're actually living in here, to put things like the remotes in for the telly and hubby's clobber, because he does tend to have a lot of electronic stuff that seems to spread. It's like a disease. That's the other sofa. This one tends to be utilised by Indy, big dog. He likes to sit up there. Normally I normally have wound up out of the way for its own safety, so they can see out of that window. We have got, she's a previous dog that we had. That was Inca, and that was Indy, and that was hubby's horse Bo, and that was mine, which was Herbie. And we tend to collect magnets and stuff of places that we visit during our travels, and we've had to blue tack them up, of course, because there isn't metal areas. And it's the same on this side. Wherever we've been, we've actually picked up magnets that we blue tack up just to make it a little bit our own. We've got the St. Christopher up there, and of course, how true can this be? With the Dobermans, welcome to our home where the humans pay the bills but the Dobermans run the house. True, very true. We've only got one headrest in at the moment. We removed the other one because we can actually get this one out, because as you can see, the actual poles that it's on, posts that it's on, they come down here somewhere, and of course there's no room to get it out with the cabinets above. So we took one out because we don't have people travelling there, and I just wanted a bit extra, you know, handing stuff over to the table rather than having to keep going round and round. We have, in these cupboards, these are what I call my kitchen cupboards. We have jugs and foil dishes. That's an induction hob under there, and that's a blender and mixer type affair. And we have this one, which is normally actually out on a side somewhere. These are our Norwegian trolls. Hubby brought these back from Norway. Mind you, I spent time out in Norway as well, but these are our trolls that are normally positioned somewhere in the vehicle when we're parked. Then in this one, because these are the, it's probably easier to show you this one because I think it's actually empty. Get to the cupboard. These are what we use to actually put stuff in. They're canvas, so lighter than the plastic. The bottom comes out and you can fold them up. So if you're not using them, they take up little or no space at all. We tend to carry crisps and bits in this cupboard, but like I say, I've got these for all the kitchen cupboards virtually, because they are lightweight and they fit quite nicely in the cupboards, and they stop things rolling around. In fact, actually, that's something we said the other day. We were watching somebody's video and we were quite surprised how much noise they seem to be getting. The coffee maker that has to go everywhere. Hubby would die if he didn't get his coffee. But like I say, we were discussing the noise in this motorhome with everything rattling and banging, and I will say that's something we haven't suffered with. Is actually the rattling and banging. Even when we hadn't sort of really packed her properly, she didn't rattle and bang, and the cupboards, considering how many there are, they are quiet, which is really, really good. And of course, we've got the current Drax and Dakota, all the instruments for telling us what's what, like batteries, etc. And our water tanks, which are empty. Up there, got to be stronger to get up there. As the Aldi heating, we've also got Truma. That's the sat dish. That's for the actual AC unit, and that's for the heat exchanger out of the engine. That one. And like I say, we've made it our own. Plants and these. This is, oh, which one was this one called? I can't remember. I know that's Wyatt Burp. I think this was Buckshot. This one, Buckshot. They've been with us for 20 odd years, travelling around in different caravans. The caravans initially, and now in here. That's Buckshot and Wyatt Burp. And of course the plants are more magnets and actual patches that you could sew on. And we have down here, welcome to the nut house, where being a nut is essential. Definitely in this household. And then the Doberman picture, my family tree is full of nuts. Yeah. And then campervan rules and some of the other places that we visited. Our telly actually sits here. I'll just move these. As you can see, hubby's bin. But yeah, the telly does pull out. You know, it's tied back at the moment. It's actually fitted back, so we pull her out. Hubby likes to bring her out here, but that's a real pain in the neck when you're trying to get in and out the door, so I just like her on the angle just a little bit. And you can actually sit here and watch telly, here and in the front, so that's pretty good. But like I say, just trying to make it our own with a few little things here and there. Down here we have the tethers for the hounds when they're travelling. We tether them to the leg. We've also got a big power pack down there, and we had different carpets. The carpets in, why do they do this? A vehicle that you're going to poddle in and out of on weathers, they go and give you beige carpets. So we've had grey ones made. I must admit I had grey because that's the colour of the furniture at the time, but I do wish I'd actually had a darker brown, but they may come later when I get round to it. In the kitchen, again, we've got a few bits and bumbles which came from Mandy and John from their YouTube channel, and I often wondered what to do with these spaces because they're sort of holes in the work in the back there, and you think, well, what can I put in there? Well, I've actually found some little recipe books that fit in there perfectly. They do, and the instructions for the little, well, should I say the smaller version of the Ninja. Normally this cable, this here, which has currently got a heater plugged into it, this is normally on the back on these two Velcro bits out of the way. This is our kitchen workspace, the sink that goes on there, which makes a bit more workspace. We always travel with this on, just to, if anything should fall out of a cupboard. But like I say, with our cupboards we do use these a lot, and everything's packed in there and supporting itself really. That sort of general cupboard with dry stuff in. This one is hubby's coffee cupboard, as you can see. It's it's all coffee of one sort or another, be it sachets or pods. There is Nesquik in there as well, but it's the drinks cabinet or drinks cupboard, that one it is. And we do have an extractor fan underneath. We use all the microfiber cloths because they dry so quick. They do. And if I just shuffle round, we have our cooker is there, which is what they call a tech tower in Germany. It's a grill and oven. Big enough for us at the moment. Freezer and fridge. It's still got Coke in it. Might as well leave it out here because it'll be cold. I purchased these. These are fridge. They're like sheets that go on your shelves. So anything if it should spill, it's not running through everything, and it actually does keep the shelves nice and clean. And it does. Of course, that's left ajar for the time that she stood. And that's our map. When we visit different areas, we scratch it off, and then we can see where we've been, and so can others. I just move that a little bit. This is one of the cupboards. He's locked it, which you can do back here. This locks it. Well, that locks it for travelling. Unlocks it nicely. We've got, let's just hoik that over there a minute. Our cupboard. We got a window vac, usual things, a fire blanket, black bags, bin bags, large skewers. They came with the bins. They were already in it. I travel that in there so it's out of the way, not sliding around. That's what I call our cleaning cupboard and mucky cupboard. We then have this one, which is food. It's the pantry. It's just got all our tins in it, so they're all nicely stacked and out of the way, and not rolling around and low to the ground. Something else, this has this three big lovely drawers. We've got this is the utensils. As you can see, we sort of stack everything in here. The cutlery, everything that we need there. A couple of silicone heat pads you can just throw down that stand pans on and the like. All the utensils there. Chopping board. And this is actually our drainer. I think this is brilliant. It's a little thing, hangs over the side, got room for your plates and your cups and your cutlery, and because of what it is, it takes up so little room when you're travelling. It just sits in the cupboard. I'll just put those bits back on there for the minute. It just sits in the cupboard or in the drawer, doesn't go anywhere. Once I put the silicone pads underneath it, there's no rattling or anything anyway. In the plate cupboard and cup cupboard and glass cupboard, we have everything again in these containers, so it keeps them all still, they don't rattle around. And the other thing we tend to use for stopping rattles are these things. Would not be without them. They're between all the plates, all the bowls, and they stop everything from jigging about. They do. And all the plates are under here, and they've got them all between. Because I mean, we do use melamine. We do not use crockery. We use sort of we have got some enamel plates down there, but most of it is the melamine stuff. But that all travels really nice and quiet. And in the bottom one, again, things have been moved about a bit. We have the bits that he uses out for the Kadak, spare microfiber towels, grater, jugs, a little collapsible electric kettle, and like I say, this has somebody's had a fiddle, and the lids for the pans and some more bits and bobs, but everything has a place. and is quiet. And then the other side in here, I've got the Ninja top. All our pans are there again with the things in between. There is a ridge monkey back there and a steamer, but everything's sort of got the facility just to, so nothing will rattle while we're travelling. Just gonna turn that back on. So that's kitchen. Again, we have lots of little stickers. Home is where you park it. Stress is caused by not enough time away in the motorhome. And now we head back into the bathroom. Our facility here, actually I forgot these are the hooks. We do hang our big coats on them normally, or our coats, but they're in the back at the minute. And again, more magnets or patches or things that we've picked up as we've been going around different parts of the country. Okay, that says dogs love caravanning too. I haven't found yet one that says dogs love motorhoming, but I bet there's one out there. But I wasn't going to throw it away because I like it. But yeah, all the different places we've been to. This is also something, we actually had it in the caravan originally. It's been in 2 caravans and now in here. And basically this is what they call, it's called a baby Dan. It's a child gate. It's actually a child gate, but it works perfectly for 2 big dogs. We can have that shut, we can have the door open, and we can have the fly screen across, and they're not going to damage the fly screen. And normally sometimes we have actually a piece of cutout that is actually perfect for the step, which just slides across, which actually then means they can stand there and look out, but they can't get out, which is what we love. But like I say, this thing is absolutely brilliant. You see where I do stickers now for everywhere we've been, rather than the old magnets, unless, as we actually haven't been away from the vehicle just lately. We've actually been to site, stayed on site. I've relaxed, I've chilled, I've got ready for my next session of chemo, but hopefully next year we'll be back out there and I'll be collecting my magnets. Right, just had a battery change. This is the bathroom, as you can see. Again, lots of nice big cupboards, which are full of stuff as per normal. And not all of them actually, that one's a bit emptier. And we tend to carry loo rolls and bits and bobs and spare towels, etc. down the bottom. That all goes with this. Yeah, I put these, I've dotted these about the vehicle for the winter, but as you can see, we don't seem to be struggling too much. It's actually starting to do something now, but they're taking their time. Usual Thetford loo, but what we've actually changed, we'd say we changed ours. We've added what they call a touche, something like that. It's actually a porcelain pot. So we fitted that. So it's actually, it's not plastic, it's porcelain in there, which actually makes cleaning a whole lot better. So that's the washroom and toilet. Shutting the door makes it a separate entity, and then we have the shower. It's what we keep our shower gels in, because that's pretty pathetic. And it does come with a radiator and a board at the bottom, and you can actually lift the board and lift the plug socket out or area out and give it a good clean. Again, we use the microfiber flannels, and we've actually got the microfiber towels, so everything really dries very quickly. These are all fresh and ready for the next journey, whenever that is. And of course, hubby was having a bit of a joke with the his and hers. So, you know. We also have on this bit, you can actually cut this off from the bedroom when you shut it properly. like that, so it's completely enclosed. It is, and of course there's a vent in the middle, a vent over the shower, and a vent over the loo. More vents than you can shake a stick at. And like I say, full length mirrors as well, just what you need to see when you get out of the shower. Frightening. They tuck back out of the way for travelling. In fact, actually they stay back there most of the time. And then we got this. This was by NV Creations. It's what they call a dog stopper, which we use when we're travelling. We actually use it behind the front seats to actually stop Dakota or Drax actually getting in between the front seats and actually interfering with the driver, which they started to do, which was a bit much. So we got that, which travels behind the seats, but it also can sit up here and stops them getting into the bedroom, which again I don't have a problem with, but occasionally Drax seems to think that the bed's his and he can rearrange it how he feels. The actual bedroom area, again, actually normally the puppy beds, which are currently on the bottom of our bed, are normally, her one is down here and it is over a heater, so she don't move far at night. We've got 3 drawers underneath the bed. We have, again, we're using those to keep sort of what I call your little bits in. Something this vehicle isn't short of is actually storage. As you can see, we've both got a wardrobe each. There's 3 cupboards across the top. That's his wardrobe. I have shut I learnt the hard way actually. I have shut the blinds because especially with the summer we've had, there was one year in the caravan I managed to fade the bedding which was a little bit oops. We've got Batty Bat. Batty Bat has been with us as many years as we've been caravanning. We picked him up in Derbyshire in one of the caverns, and he has travelled everywhere. And I can't think how many. He's been in at least 5 or 6 caravans, and now he's in here. Like I say, normally all this stuff that goes on our bed, but the rest of the doggy beds are normally one in the front, one right in the front down there, and the other one is sort of where I'm stood. When they travel, the puppies, both their beds are in this area here. They're actually there for them to travel in. The tethers will reach as far back as the heater, virtually, or certainly to the heater, so both their beds are there. Then bedroom telly. At the moment with the bedroom telly, it's a bit of a pain in the plums actually, because it only works if the telly in the lounge is on, and it's got to be on the same channel. Not very good. So we haven't sussed that one out yet. We need to have a fiddle with that. Not that we watch it that often, but you know, if you're not feeling so good, sometimes nice to just go to bed and watch the telly, but hey ho. More little plants. We have a nice big cupboard here which has got my Hoover in it and laundry bags and a few games, but mainly my Hoover. And like I say, with this vehicle you come round the side, got somewhere for shoes down here, and under here we've got another cupboard. Not short of cupboard space, I'm really not. And then in my wardrobe, because I had one of these, I've had one of these in a lot of the wardrobe. The wardrobe is huge. It goes way back there. It does. 1 or 2 bits in the bottom. But I have one of these. Now it did used to go right down to the bottom, but I chopped the bottom off because I found it was too long, and I was losing space in this area I mean, it goes right back there. It's absolutely humongous. And again, it's got heating in it. So condensation is not a problem in here, because there you are, you've got, hang on, let me get this ridiculous thing out of the way. You've got heating. There's also a bleed valve back there, but there's heating in there. Something else that they've done with this is they've put pipe over the rail, which actually then stops everything sliding around and moving, which brilliant idea. And like I say, it's a queen size bed. We've got little pouches that are next to the bed. Mine's got doggy treats in it for the hounds, but you can put your phone in there and your glasses, etc. Like I said, we had them in the Buccaneer, because that didn't have these. Like I said, they haven't got any cutouts. There's nowhere to put anything. Their bedside table is this bit, which is where you tend to scuttle out of bed. But it's a queen size bed. As I said, we've currently got the dog bed set on the end, but we got this as well because I was concerned when we actually got this vehicle how high this bed was. I mean, it probably doesn't really look that high, but when I stand next to it, I'll put it bluntly, it's breast height, and I'm 5'5", so there's a good height there. And I was concerned because one of the dogs, the biggest one naturally, who takes up most space, tends to sleep at the foot of the bed, and I had visions of him rolling off in the night, landing on his sister who actually sleeps here and probably killing her. So we purchased one of these. Now this is a bed guard which normally would go sort of from the side on a bed at home, you know, in your house, but it works perfectly. The majority of it that's holding it down goes up that side, and it just stops anybody falling off the end of the bed, and makes for, well, it actually helps, to be honest. You know, you can hang stuff on it as well, as you can see, but it's just makes my life a little less hassled, because I like to make sure that puppies aren't going to get hurt. I'd never forgive myself if anything happened to either of them due to falling off the bed. Mind you, one of them, she struggles to get on the bed. She can't jump to save her life. You know, if she gets a run at it, she can get up there and bingo, she's on. But then when we first got it, when she got on, then she didn't know how to get off. So that was fun. But certainly it's cosy at night. We got Big Dog on the bed. She's normally curled up in her bed at the foot of the bed with a fleece over the top of her with her own private heater, and she stays there till sort of 6ish in the morning. Then when hubby gets up to let him out and has a coffee, they come to bed, or they come and sit on the bed. So that is just a run through of the inside of our motorhome and how we've sorted it out for ourselves. Like I say, hubby, he's got the same thing on this side. He's got the cupboard, the shoe place there, the cupboard underneath. He's also got a couple of sockets. One's USBs and one's from the inverter. Your dressing gowns and coats are hung on there at the moment, so they're just out of the way. The fuse box is actually in that cupboard down there. That turns on the surround sound. That thing there actually turns on the surround sound for the telly. Actually, yeah, we got the speakers up there. Like I say, we need to sort the telly out to actually see if we can get it to work independently of its partner in crime at the front. So we do have a fire extinguisher. This actually came with the vehicle. I think it's got a couple of years on it, but we've actually got another one in there which we carry near the door, so you're not actually running to the back of the vehicle to get a fire extinguisher. They're actually near the exit, so this door actually does open. Being the Continental version, it would normally be on the driver's side, but I get the door. I actually have found that when we first got it, it seemed a long way down, but hey ho, well, I'm getting used to it now. Climbing in and out, we do. But like I say, that's where we keep our fire extinguisher. We have got a carbon monoxide. We fitted that. It didn't come with one. It does come with a smoke detector up there above the bed. Mind you, by the time it gets to there, you'd be climbing out the windows. But like I say, it didn't have the actual carbon monoxide one, so we fitted that. And like I say, there's the AC unit. I haven't really had, well, no, we haven't really had, it did use it a bit in the summer, but not much. And then we've got two big skylights up there, which are currently frozen. Wonderful. But hey ho. Right folks, that's it for the end of the walkthrough of Genesis. Just to let you know that I don't know what I'm talking about. I've lost it. You can keep that in because chemo brain hasn't gone yet. It's still there. Right. Thank you for watching the video of Genesis and the walkthrough and the little update of oh, hang on. The little update of what's happening with myself. That actually continues on Thursday. I have to be at the hospital for 7 AM for surgery during the morning, hopefully. So hopefully maybe by this time of the day, which is about 12:30, we might be all sorted. But
they've got to be in.
They've got to be in.
Got to be in it.
They've got to be in it. That's what they say. You've got to be in it to win it. But yes, so we are looking forward to 2023, getting out there again, back in Genesis, and you never know, we may meet some of you, the subscribers and others, on our travels. So thank you once again for watching this video. I'm waffling. So you know the routine. It's get beaten up by the dogs. It's thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell. So for notifications. That's my boom.
Yeah.
But yes, don't kill each other on camera, please. But
He did it.
So yes, so all the best for New Year, and hopefully 2023 will bring better journeys for all of us. And
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good New Year.
Oh.
And bye-bye from the little girl as well.
Yeah, you're not
Yes.
looking at the camera
You're the
though.
wrong way around. It's
You're
over
the
there.
wrong way round.
Yeah, bye-bye. Have a happy 2023.
Yeah. Oh, and enjoy New Year's Eve if you're going out, because I shan't be. All the best.